Welcome back to Forgotten Working Class Podcast. I am Tiffany.
I'm John.
Today we have with us a very special guest. Lorenzo, thank you for being here with us.
Oh, no, appreciate the invite. It's an honor.
For everybody watching, you can find him on TikTok and Facebook. I will be dropping his links in the description. He is absolutely hilarious. Please go give him a follow.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys think I'm funny.
So funny. Where are you calling from?
I'm located at El Paso, Texas. Over
Okay.
here on the tip of Texas.
Nice. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay.
I'm 45 years old. Sometimes I forget. You're like, nah, it's not important. It's not important no more.
No, age is nothing but a number now, but we like to tell everybody how old everybody is, just if they're curious.
Oh, no, it's okay. But yeah, I'm 45. Born in 1978, limited edition. I just kidding.
Love it. Are you married? Do you have kids?
Yes, I'm married. I've been married over 20 years. 20 years. I have four daughters.
Oh,
So
God.
my vote doesn't count, in the household. It's like, what's going on? Like, it's 5 out of 1 and
Yeah, you're outnumbered
I'm
by a
unnumbered.
lot.
I actually have a shirt that says numbered by girls, you know?
Oh my God. My heart goes out to you
Yeah.
because he can't even handle
No, I
one.
got one daughter. I got a daughter and a son.
Oh,
My
wow.
daughter,
See?
that's plenty.
And it's I got four daughters. One's 19, one's 18 years old. Then the other one is 9 years old, and then 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
when we had our oldest, like we were thinking, hey, you know what? We should try for the boy. We should try for a boy, and so we waited 10 years. So when we had our third daughter, it was a transformation. Like, oh man, the baby carrier, the baby formula. It's like starting out over.
Yeah.
It's like we're not young no more. It's like,
And you're
So
a 5-year-old.
yes,
Yeah.
a 5 year old. So when we had our third daughter, we were like, because everybody in my family says like, you should try for the boy. You should try for the boy. All right. Well, here comes my third daughter. It's like strike three, I'm out. That's it. You know, like I already missed 3 times. So, the fourth one we were blessed, and again, so I can have no. So at that time we go ahead. We went and said, well, let's close the factory because, you know. So no more daughters.
Yeah. Yeah. Four is that is plenty.
And then our 5 year old, she, kind of she's the one that's gonna get us the gray hairs. Because she's way different. She knows she's a baby, so she wants all the attention.
Aw.
So, but it's a blessing because sometimes I can't carry my other daughters no more. They're a little bit heavy now. But the 5 year old, hey, you carry me? So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll carry you. Because I know in my mind, like, this is my last one, so I have
Yeah.
to be able to, cherish the moments, especially with my 9 year old. Because my teenager ones are like, they lock themselves in the room and that's it. They don't come out until it's like, what's for dinner or.
Yes.
So,
Or Dad, I want this. Dad, open
Yeah.
your wallet.
yeah.
That is when they come out. Dad, you
Yeah.
never believe it. I found this on Amazon. I'm like, oh, really?
But yeah,
Wow, you are blessed, and I'm sure they're all beautiful.
no, appreciate it. Thank you.
Were you born and raised in Texas?
Yes, I was born here in El Paso, Texas. I was born here. My mother, she's from Chihuahua. She's from a small town called Consuelo, Chihuahua, and then I think most of the people know Delicias. That's like that's a city next to that, that town next to Consuelo. It's been a long time. I haven't gone over there.
How far is that from you?
So I want to say like 6 hours.
Oh,
Six
wow.
hours. Yeah. But sometimes because you always hear like in the news, oh, Mexico, this you shouldn't cross the border, and because they're gonna shoot you down, and I don't. I think that's too much. You know, they too much excitement, but I don't think that really happens because my cousins over there go like, nah, man, we'll meet you in the bridge. If you wanna come over here, we'll meet you in the bridge, and don't worry about that. That's just news.
Yeah. So those places are in Mexico or they're in
Yes.
Texas? Okay.
No, where my mom was born, she's from Chihuahua, Mexico,
Okay.
the state of Chihuahua. Yes.
Wow.
Huh.
I've been to Mexico, but I've only been to Cozumel.
Cosimo.
Hmm.
The farthest one, I mean, like I said, we gone to Juarez, like that's across the border, and we used to go over there, was when we were young, to party and stuff, cause over there you could drink at 8 when you're 18 and stuff, and but then stuff started to die out, cause you would hear a lot of times people getting shot, and so not very hardly rare people go over there to party. You could go over there for medicine, you know or you go for the dentist and you get stuff done for very cheap price.
Yeah. We see a lot of that here in the United States, the medical tourism.
Yeah.
Yes,
People go for cheaper healthcare and stuff.
we wanted to go to Cancun, but you know, I think we decided we'd rather go to Universal Studios.
Universal is fun. We've been there a few times. Come see
Is
us. If you come to Orlando, come see us.
Oh, we're going to the Hollywood, the Universal.
Nice.
oh,
But you never know. We might go over to Florida. You know.
Yeah. So, did you go to high school? Did you graduate?
Yes, I actually went to Isleta High School here in El Paso, Texas. I did graduate. Got
Okay.
my diploma.
oh,
But I'll tell you a story. Was when because I went to school here and I was in kindergarten, and was my mom, she raised us because that's the only language she knew was Spanish. So that's why a lot of times my accent comes out, you know. And so I was in kindergarten, and then they asked me, "Hey, what's your name?" And pues my name is Lady, like Lady, like yeah, my name's Lady. And then she goes, well, the teacher goes, well, go ahead and spell it. But it's Larry. She means, oh, Larry. I go, no, pues my mom calls me Lady because of her accent. She says, like, because she says, I'm going to call you Lady because we're, in the United States, we want to go ahead and, because my actually born name is Lorenzo. So it's like, people say, well, shouldn't it be Lawrence but no, she said, no, it's Lady. So for a long time, like, oh, my name's Lady, because that's the
That's
way she will
right.
pronounce it.
Well, my abuela, I don't speak Spanish. I understand very little bit. But my grandma, my whole life, I'm 35, has called me Cheffany instead of Tiffany.
yeah.
Cheffany. She's still till this day. Cheffany, Cheffany.
Yeah. I don't speak any Spanish at all, and I don't understand any Spanish. And her grandmother will have a full blown conversation with me. She just goes ahead and she just keeps talking, and I just sit there and listen because I don't know what the hell she's saying, and she doesn't know what I'm saying. We have we don't understand each other, but it's the body movements I can understand what she's getting to.
Yeah.
Great. And the expressions, and we're like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just smile and nod. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
did you go to college?
No, I did not. I didn't go to college.
All right. So,
Me
what'd you?
either.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't either. So, what'd
No.
you do out of high school?
Out of high school, actually, I started working as a carpet cleaner. Yeah, I started to apply as a carpet cleaner. I did that for 16, 20 years,
Oh
just
wow.
carpet cleaning. That's, servicing like a lot of residential, a lot of commercial. We used to work on truck mount. It was nothing like portable machines. Everything was a truck mounted unit. So it was kind of, the machine itself heats up the water. The suction, the vacuum, was pretty powerful. But a lot of times that will put a lot of, especially on your back,
Yeah.
your back, because all day you're like this. And then that's where some of the moves of the lawnmower came on. I don't know if you guys seen my video.
Yeah.
That's why we used to gather up for Christmas, have a company party, where I used to work as the carpet cleaning, and they're like, "Hey, teach them the wand, because the wand you're always cleaning carpet like this. Teach them the wand." We'll do the wand, and then the sprayer, and then we used to clean also air ducts. We used to make like out of PVC pipes. We used to make the air ducts, and over here I don't know how the air ducts are over there for the air conditioner, but over here the air ducts are like rectangle, and then they go out to each individual room. So we create a T, and then with the PVC pipes, we'll create like yeah, like the pipe, and then at the edge like a hammer, and then
Yeah.
we'll cut the like like a pathway so you could extract all the debris inside the air ducts. So we'll screw on each pipe, and like that we could reach as far as we can. So, but that was the air duct move. You know what I mean? So that has been like happening since a long time ago, before even TikTok came out or anything like that. And we always used to do that. But I did that for 20 years. I learned how to. But you know what? They will send us. That company will send us to classes to learn about the different solutions we use in people's homes, different pH levels. In case, because it's not just going like, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray whatever, and then you're just gonna go ahead and clean it. It's like there's a science behind that, because depending on the pH levels, that's what you're gonna use for heavy soil. But if you have urine, then you're gonna use this kind of solutions to remove that. Sometimes, well, urine is very hard for it to get removed. Just the
Yeah.
odor could neutralize the odor. But stuff like that we learned. And then it was around 5 or 10 years. That's when our boss, the owner, said, "Well, you know what? We're gonna start doing carpet repairs. How to stretch carpet, how to in case the cats damage your carpet, then you'll be able to patch it up." We also did water extractions in case your like your washer backs up, or your what's it called, the water heater ruptures, something, and it floods your house. Then we will go in there and extract the water. But first, sometimes it was the whole house that was flooded. You're like, what happened here? And then we had to, of course, it will take 4 hours to remove all the furniture by the time you get to the carpet. And then the carpet kind of weighs a lot when it's wet.
Yeah.
You have to remove the underlayment, which is the padding, dispose of
Yep.
that, extract the water. So it was a whole process. And then you have to dry the structure. And so I learned a lot from that, you know.
Yeah, that went
It's
from
a whole bunch.
cleaning to
Yeah.
restoration really fast.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we also did a lot of crime scenes cleanup too. We had like a couple, like, hey, go ahead and do an assessment, go do an estimate how much it's gonna cost. And pues you go in there, and you had to kind of be like in the right mind, because pues you see a lot of like blood. And then what happened here was they either shot themselves, they suicide themselves. So a little bit of that. So we had to clean it up and dispose of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's an experience.
yeah. That's I mean, and you did that for a really long time too.
Oh yes. And then right here in El Paso, yeah, like you're saying, like it's desert, it's hot. There was one time where it froze, like everything was freezing, like El Paso, like it froze, like yeah, and we were making calls at in the night where I was extracting water, and all of a sudden I lose suction, and I'm like, what the heck happened? The hose outside was all frozen, and I swear there was a block of ice, because in where the hose attaches to the machine, I took it out, and there was already a block of ice.
Oh my God.
And it was every 5 minutes, and I can't work like this, like that. It's impossible. But they had us out there, working because people were like, hey, pues, we need help. There's water inside my house. So we just try to do our best, to get them taken care of. So that was an interesting experience for that year.
I bet.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
goodness. Yeah, we don't have snow in Florida. We don't have ice or anything like that, so I can't
No,
imagine.
no, right here, like this year, it didn't snow in El Paso. It didn't snow. Um, but like I said, when it does, they if in the news they say it's gonna snow, they go ahead and panic. Oh, we're gonna make us. Nobody's gonna go to school. We're gonna delay the time. The students are gonna come in 2 hour delay. They'll go in around 10, and then you're like, okay, well, what happened? It didn't snow, so they were worried about that. And that's the thing. A lot of El Paso drivers, we don't know how to drive in rain. Like if it rains a lot, we don't know how to when it snows, and then it causes black ice on the road. A lot of accidents. So you enjoy the snow when it happens, but then you're thinking a lot of people are gonna get in accidents because we don't know. So
Yeah, same thing here with rain.
Oh my god, all the snowbirds, they don't know how to drive. They all panic, and we're like, "We drive in rain every day. By 3 o'clock every day, it's pouring here for an hour. We all know how to drive."
They put their hazards on.
Yeah.
They're doing 10 miles an hour down the road. People are blown by them at like 70. You're like, get out of the way.
yeah. No, and that's good. But here it's strange because it could be like it won't be raining here, but it'll be
Yep.
raining across the street.
Same
Yeah.
thing here.
Like that's
You could
weird.
be at a plaza, a shopping plaza, and on the other side of the plaza, it's pouring. But where you're standing, there's not a drop of rain.
That's
Very strange. I've always been pretty mesmerized by that.
I
I don't
know.
understand it.
So what did you do for work after the restoration?
And then so I worked for that company for a while, right? And then one of my ex coworkers decided he wanted to start a business, a carpet cleaning business. So he asked me, "Hey, pues come over here and work for me." And then so I did that for around 5 6 years. And then at that time already, I was feeling my back. I was like, you know what? I'm getting tired of this. So I'm gonna start looking around because first of all, there was because that's the older I was getting, the older you get, you start thinking, well, I need insurance, or I need some benefits. Those companies didn't offer that. So there's a lot of wear and tear. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start to apply maybe to the city. I'm gonna start to apply to the city. So I started doing that, and my first part time, because it was part time to get into the city, was toll collector.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, it was a toll collector, but at the bridges, the international bridges. And I started doing that, and the only thing, I only lasted for a month, right? Because it was around 3 weeks. I was feeling lightheaded. I like, and right there, here in Texas, I don't know, in Florida, you have to pass a state inspection, like a smog test, you know,
For
and
your cars?
yeah, for your car, for your
Yeah.
vehicle.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we don't have admissions here.
No. Well, here in
No,
Texas, they used to
we don't
do
have
that where they
inspection.
used to put a smog test in your pipe. But now everything's computerized where, of course, they hook up the computer to your car. And if you got any codes, pues it's not going to
Yeah.
pass inspection. Well, back to my story on toll collector, you could tell who didn't will get their state inspections kind of crooked because there was a lot of pollution, man. It was like a smog everywhere. So I started getting lightheaded, like, and I was thinking I thought I was getting claustrophobic because we have a little booth.
Your
I
booth.
go, it can't be that. It has to be the pollution. So at the same time, you know what? Because what I was doing, I was working part time. I took that job as part time because I said I wanna get my foot in the door into the city, and then afterwards I could go ahead and transfer or see what's open, right? Just so I could get experience in it. At the same time, I'm doing part time work as still cleaning carpet. So I was doing that just so I could be at the same budget, because I wasn't making that much over here at the toll collector. So I said I gotta do some part time work at the carpet cleaning. But after, and then meanwhile, I already put an application to become a meter reader. and for the water company here in El Paso, and because after a month I was like, you know, I'm gonna quit. Well, thank God, I got an interview with that other department.
Yeah.
Um, so I went ahead and went with them, and there was a full time. It was full time work. So I said, you know what? Now I could go ahead and stop cleaning carpet. I could actually just concentrate on being full time. But so then I became a meter reader, and right there I liked it because you go in at 5 in the morning, and you get off by 1.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
nice.
yeah. So it's a good schedule. It's 8 hours or 5 to 2 or something like that. Um, but you will walk 13 miles a day, every day. So was you're walking, but right there was you get to see you're walking in residential homes. The only thing is like when the dogs will come out. Sometimes you meet up with a dog and he could be nice or he could be like, "Rrr," like you're like, be a nice dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this neighborhood across town where like all the dogs were loose. I don't know why would that neighborhood. Nobody will keep their dogs in the leash. The dogs will be running around. Small. Now, you never could judge a dog because if it's a big dog, he could be friendly. The small ones, those are the ones that they think they're big. So
Yeah.
you gotta be careful with your ankles and stuff. Um, so there was one time where I was walking and checking meters, and there was this big dog. Like I got to learn her name because the customer was from her trailer. It was a trailer home, but from her door, and she was, Judy, Judy. I like, come here, Judy. I'm like, lady, come get your dog. She's like in front of me. And so, but what we carry a tool to open all the meter boxes,
Yeah.
and you start like opening the meter boxes, and then the way you read the meters is to you have a carry a handheld. It's like a phone. So you open it and then you read the numbers, and then you punch it in. But like that's your routine all day, just opening meters, checking. So you become good at it, and then depending on if you could walk in fast or you could walk slow. You got 8 hours. So you could complete your route. You know. But that day I was like, Judy, be nice, Judy, because she was a big dog, and man, that was kind of scary.
I bet.
But from there on, like I knew that dog's name because of the lady. But sometimes like I was like, man, I hope she comes get her dog because I'm gonna need a new pair of drawers right here. You know, and I still need like half of my route.
Yeah.
So, but I did that for 2 years. I did that for 2 years, and no matter if it was raining and like I said, sometimes it's cold, but you just had to cover yourself. We still had to go read meters. And what I dislike when it rained a lot, especially because it was raining, the phones are going crazy because it's like because it's very sensitive.
Yeah.
So if it was raining a lot, you kind of get kind of frustrated because you're punching in numbers and it's punching all these kind of numbers and it could enter it, and then the way they if you enter the wrong number, pues it's gonna ask you to take a picture of the meter. You know what I mean?
To
And
verify.
to verify. So you can make errors, because they'll ask you a picture. And if you do, that's the thing. You can only make 11 errors, or else they're gonna talk to you like, hey, what's going on? Maybe you wanna pay more attention. You wanna slow down, on your route. So but that was interesting. I liked it. The only thing was your feet. You had to get really good tennis shoes.
Yeah, as I say, a lot of walking.
Yes.
Definitely want
So
some good shoes on.
yes, some really good shoes. But they give you money they give you money every year to buy yourself some shoes, like a budget.
That's
That's
good.
yeah, that's nice.
But it's like tires; they get worn out. Like every three
Yeah.
months, they get worn out. You're like, man, I don't got no more soles and stuff. I mean, more what you call the bottom of the shoes.
Yeah, the soles.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have boots.
Yeah.
run right through the work boots, cut them up, new one every couple months.
Yes.
So what do you do? What'd you do after that? You said
So
2 years.
after on the meter reading, I started to apply for a utility plant technician, and then
Okay.
then was I got hired, because it's not like a transfer, like, hey, I want to go ahead and transfer to that job over there. There's like a process. You still gotta take a test, and then depending on your score, then if you score like the top 11 or the top 15, then you could probably they grant you an interview. So you go ahead and get interviewed by them, and then pues they'll take you. So they chose me, and I ended up being a plant operator. You know, now they just don't stick you there. Hola, all right, you're gonna go ahead and start operating the plant. No, but you start, baby steps. You start in maintenance, and then you start to familiar yourself how but see around the plant. Because you wanna see. Okay, pues that's where the water goes in. That's where it comes out. Everything in between, how the treatment works. Especially water treatment. um, they also send you to classes, so you could start yourself to get knowledge about, different terms, how the the water treatment works, the different, because what happens as you become an operator, then you have to kind of every 2 hours you analyze the water. You gotta take samples, you gotta analyze the water, and just by taking pH levels, and that's one of the things. The pH levels, I kind of like I use the experience what I learned from the carpet cleaning, because it's the same pH scale that we use over here in the water to
Wow.
analyze the water. So, from if it's 7 is neutral, anything before that is acidic, or it's base, or anything around above like 8 is considered alkaline.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of that experience I could put it over here. But they don't just, they take you to classes, so you could, because you need to get like an occupational license to be able to operate the plant. So the first, when you get there, they tell you, pues you gotta start working on your class D, and you only got like 6 months to get your class D, so you could pass probation. So but they take you to classes, and then you gotta take a test, and it's everything here in Texas is regulated by the Texas Commission of Environmental Equality, TCEQ. So that's where you take your test, and if you pass it, pues you pass it, and then you get your class D, and then so you get experience, you get work experience, and then they still send you to more classes, because now, in order for you to operate a plant, you need your class C. So you need your class C, and where I work at, it's only one operator for the whole plant.
Wow.
So, and which is, you could do it. I mean, it can be done. It's the plant where I'm at. It's not that hard. You know, as
So
long
what
as
exactly do you do out there?
I'm right now, I operate the plant, like
So
like
you're the
like
plant operator.
yes. So like right now, I'm on days, like a day. And that's what's cool where I work at, because for 2 weeks you'll be working day shifts, which is 12 hours. So they have us like today's my day off, and then tomorrow's my day off, and then I work Saturday and Sunday. So it's 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. You know.
Nice.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks it up.
Yes. So you do days for 2 weeks, and then you rotate with the other guy, and then you do 2 weeks nights. You know.
That's
So the
that's
nights are
really
little.
good.
So the nights are a little bit tougher, but I like the nights because nobody's there. Nobody's there, and but you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, nights are a different feeling.
So
Yeah.
like
They are. I did 1 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon every day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And the night shift is definitely it's a different feeling. Just like you said, you're alone. I used to do a lot of welding at night, and it was peaceful. You ain't
Yeah,
got no one there to bug you. The sun is not beaming on you. It's dark out. You're chilling. It's definitely I like tonight shift. Now getting up to do it, that sucked.
yeah.
You didn't want to wake up at 1 in the morning to go to work. You were like, no. But yeah, I like night shift.
So, like, okay, I'm a woman. I understand you got some licenses to do what you do, but I don't understand what you're operating. Are you on a
Okay.
machine or are you in an office pushing buttons?
Well,
What
you're
do you
not
do?
operating like it's like I could say like an office,
Like,
right? Like an office. And
yeah,
in front, I have two monitors. Two monitors right there. I could see like the water coming in, what pumps are on. I also could see because when the water comes in, it has to go through this process where it injects chlorine, it injects other chemicals, and then you see it's like you're playing Mario Brothers. You see the pipes, and then it breaks it down to where you're gonna see each stage of the treatment plant, and you see everything that is on and everything that's operating. So if something fails, it's gonna turn off or there's gonna be a fault.
yeah,
So you as an operator, what's going on? Based on your analysis, on your water samples, you could tell something. Let's say I go take my first sample and I test it, and then I see like, oh man, why is the pH level too high? Or why is the turbidity? Now turbidity means the cloudiness of the water, you know. So why is it so high? So then it should tell you like, well, something's not working, you know. So then, just on the analysis. Now, before that, you're still monitoring the plant because sometimes we have this. It's like a computer program where it detects something. Because now everything's easy because the computer's gonna detect something is wrong. Then it's gonna let you know like, hey, your chemical tank level is too low. So now that's gonna alarm you to be like, hey, I have to pay attention. That might because if it goes low, then it's not gonna the chemical pump feed's not gonna feed no chemical. So maybe I have to switch my tanks, right? So I have to be attentive, alert to that. Or if something happens, or let's say I move on to the middle of the stage and the cloudiness of the water is a little more darker, then maybe the paddles because there's motors, maybe the paddles are not stirring the water enough because those paddles kind of bring like they mix the chemicals together so they could it's called coagulant. It creates like if anything any um this are inorganic debris like in the water, it creates like balls so it could kind of go down. It creates a sludge, you know. So when if the cloudiness of the water is too dark, then you have to go up there and check. Well, maybe that the motor gave out and it's not spinning. So it's stuff like that you gotta pay attention to when you're doing your analysis, because sometimes, especially in the middle of the night, you know, you can be too much like, oh, because you're like, man, I'm already feeling sleepy. But también you have to be alert. Like, okay, my test will let me know, because that's why we do it every 2 hours.
Wow.
Because it's
yeah. You got
important. It's important because this water is going to the public. You know,
Yeah.
so it has to do with health. You know,
yeah, you
especially
got a lot of responsibility riding on you.
yes, especially and then the last because where the plant where I work, we only take 4 samples in the beginning because you see in the beginning, in the middle, and then of course at the end. At the end, it better the water be coming out with a chlorine residue. Because if you don't have no chlorine residue, then that's a no no. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But even at the end, it's gonna tell you like, hey, something's wrong. before that plant, so you better check if something's working properly.
So if something is wrong, are you leaving your seat to go fix it and then coming back?
Yeah, I will go have to go up there and verify, see what's happening now. Because and that's the thing. Like, let's say at the end there's no chlorine residue, then right away I'll be like, whoa, let me go check and see what's wrong with my pump. Maybe a pipe rupture. You know what I mean? Maybe a pipe rupture where I have to turn it off. That's when I have to make the decision, like turn off the plant and then call my supervisor. Hey, this is what happened. You know, and then from
Wow.
there on, they'll send somebody else was to so we could fix it. Because then I can't go ahead and just fix the problem. Like, let's say a pipe ruptured, then I will have to call somebody either to come and help me because of safety reasons.
Yeah.
Just can't be working yourself alone and something happens and nobody's gonna know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
that's good.
just by knowing that, because I mean, I just give you an example. Sometimes we gotta change equipment over where, like, every Tuesday we gotta change equipment, like from pump one to pump two, and all of a sudden I change it to pump two, and in my monitor, I see there's no chlorine coming in. There's no chemical coming in, and you're like thinking. I mean, I can be like, I wonder what's happening. No, but I gotta go up there and go check, and that's the thing that sometimes they get air, so I have to unlock the air, and they started pumping. So a lot of times you gotta troubleshoot. It's simple stuff like that you could fix as an operator, because like I said, sometimes in the night nobody's there, but if you know those little tricks,
Yeah.
then I don't have to call my supervisor, and then he's gonna be, "Why are you calling me at 2 in the morning?"
Yeah,
But
when
if
you
I
do it
do,
long enough, you kind of
Mhm.
figure out what is what. You can troubleshoot real quick.
Yes, I
Yeah.
mean, in case I can't, pues, hey, you know what? I need help.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm fascinated. Does so now like your plant, how much of Texas do you guys supply?
How much of water?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think here in El Paso there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to give a rough estimate of 7 plants. Now,
Wow.
the plant where I work at, it's groundwater. So we get the groundwater from the pump them from wells,
Yeah.
so from the groundwater. Another plant further down, they get the water from the Rio Grande, which is a surface water plant. So their treatment is very different from what we do, you know. So and that's what I think. That's what they want to do. They want to start moving operators so you could start getting experience in different cross training.
Yeah,
That
So
would be cool.
that would definitely be cool.
it is, because I can't really tell you how that plant works because I don't work there.
Yeah.
And their treatment is more aggressive over there because it's to do with river water, surface water. I mean, you don't know what happens during where
Yeah.
people could
Yeah.
dispose stuff, and I mean everything when it rains, everything gets washed into the river. So
That would be cool for you.
That would be
it
good
is
for you
that's what
because the more experience you got under your belt, the more valuable you are to the company.
and you have to be open minded, because
Yeah.
sometimes like, nah, I don't want to go over there. I'm comfortable here.
Yes.
You
I don't
know
want to move.
that
Yeah.
that's the attitude that you get, but then you gotta start thinking, well, you have to be uncomfortable in order for you to grow. Because I don't want to go there. I don't know that stuff. I'd rather stay here because I know it here. If something happens, I'm comfortable here. But I have to let go of that fear.
Yeah. That I have to tell you, I'm fascinated by what you do. We don't know anybody who works in the water treatment here, so that was really cool to hear the breakdown of all of that. But we know you're an asset to your company. We also know that almost 1 million people know who you are.
I
You
know.
are you are a TikTok sensation.
And you know what? Because a lot of people think I'm a landscaper.
I know, I
And,
know. You're
and
always outside.
I'm only outside in my yard. Everything I do is in my yard. So people are like, man, you must be working. I'm like, dude, everything is done in my yard. Like I don't go to different yards and start doing this. You know what I mean? And but I like my stepdad because when I was 8 years old, that's what happened. He goes, okay, you're gonna start to contribute to the family. You know, you're gonna go with me to. Because he used to be a retired firefighter. He used to be a retired firefighter. So, but he would do like cut the yards for people, you know, as a side job. He would exterminate. He would fix air conditioners, you know, paint. So little handyman here and there, you know. So I remember when he moved in with us, my first job was to cut the grass, which was taller than me, with a lawnmower. You know, that's he goes, all right, because I was so excited. I want to go ahead and use the lawnmower. All right, well, go ahead and cut that grass. So he let me cut, you know, that grass that was taller than me. And ever since then, every time he goes, he would teach me, like, well, you have to contribute to the family, you know. Let's. So I will go with him to go cut yards, to either to, you know, just sweep or pick up the weeds or anything like that. So from there on, I guess I do have experience, you know, with landscaping, you know. Um, because that's what I did with my stepdad. So a lot of time, that's where I bring the landscaper or that character into my TikToks. You
I
know?
love it.
Yeah.
What do your daughters think that their dad is
Yeah.
famous from TikTok?
Well, the little ones they like it. The older ones they get it from their friend because that's what they. We had a graduation party for my second oldest, and one of her friends were like, they were looking at they were taking videos of me. He goes, oh, there goes Days 915, you know, the famous guy and stuff like that. And then their parents also like, hey, was what's the Mexican word of the day, you know? And I like, and
That's
then that
awesome.
I've been getting that lately when I get recognized, you know, in Lowe's or Home Depot or in a restaurant. What's the Mexican word of the day? And sometimes I like, oh, you know.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
But my daughters they like the one that helps me the most is the 9 year old. She used to like my I have the first account that I made. We will come out a lot, you know. And on this one, you know, she's I don't know if you've seen that one with a burro. There's like
No.
a donkey one. She's doing that.
Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
You got to
yes.
speak English for
Oh,
us.
sorry. It's
The
the
cloth?
donkey one. Yes, the donkey one.
Okay.
So she does that a lot of times. I go, hey, go ahead and film me, and I just gotta tell her, you know, how to do it, and she'll film me, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then the 5 year old, she's a little bit still shy. She kind of like, you know, my oldest one, they're like, they think they're teenagers. Like, I don't want to come out,
Yeah.
you know. But their parents and they always tell them that tell them what's the Mexican word of the day and stuff like that.
I love it.
Yeah, our youngest one, he likes to do the videos with me. He gets a kick out of it. And then my oldest one, it's how she's feeling.
Right.
And, you know, it's either I don't want to do that. That's embarrassing or whatever, or it's I want to jump on live with you and sit and talk to people. I'm like, all right. So she's some days it's yes, some days it's no. And our little one, he likes it.
I think the little ones are more, they like it a little bit more than my oldest, you know. Then the older ones, they're like, nah.
Yeah, he gets a kick out of it.
So, what's the Mexican word of the day?
You know, I was thinking of some of the tools because, John, you're a minor. You were a minor. So,
Yep.
what are the tools that you use? Like chisel? Do you use chisel?
No, 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 no. I wasn't breaking rock. No.
No, no. I
Um
thought about like chisel. Well, I say okay, Mexican word a day chisel, right? Like a chisel.
yeah.
So my wife likes to turn on the AC on winter. She's so crazy. And it's true story. Every time it's winter, she likes to turn on the AC. I'm like, what the heck? You know,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
freaking cold. Or I don't know who. I mean, do you like the cold or
We
the?
like
Yeah,
our house
it's
stays
freezing.
cold.
Oh, it's freezing. No, we're
Yeah,
the opposite. Like she
I
likes the
can't.
cold. I don't like the cold.
Her dad's that way. He likes
Yeah.
his house at like 78. And I walk in and I'm like, it's like 80 degrees outside. Turn it down. What are you doing?
No, I'm real. I get real cold. Like even if it can be. Actually, if it's not cold outside, I think it's real cold. And my wife tells me that, like, dude, you're exaggerating, dude. Like, you're crazy. You know, you're like your mom. And then she'll open the windows, and it's like I go into the room and like, what the hell? Like I'm in, like inside a freaking freezer, you know. And I'm like, I.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I
But
sleep best is in the cold.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I said, okay, Mexican word of the day is chizo, you know. Another one I thought of like because a blue collar, I think it's like a what? Truck driver, no, something like that.
Yeah.
So they use diesel to fill up their. So Mexican word of the day is diesel. Is like sometimes they give you a lot of work and you're like, this so much. um, and then another one is calculator because I don't know. That's the only probably the thing that I'm the best in, using the calculator. So I just ate a bean and cheese burrito. I'm gonna do caca later.
Oh my goodness.
So some of the words are like, yes, I was telling to my coworkers because I go, hey, what do you think about this one? They're like caution, you gotta be careful, like caution. And then I started saying, yeah, me and my caution look alike. They're like, dude, you're stretching it, dude.
That was a good one, though. That was a good one.
But I said
Stretching it.
like because that's a lot of times that's what I get like on TikTok. Like they say like focus. I don't know if you guys saw like focus, and then I got a comment like you're stretching it. But like, well, numbers don't lie, cause that one is like blew up, you know.
That was a
So
good one.
I know like the word eclipse. I don't know if you saw that one, eclipse. That one I was hesitant about doing that one. I go, man, that one sounds corny. Like put on your seat, make sure your seatbelt, eclipse. That's when you know it's fastened correctly. I even showed it to my second oldest. I go, what do you think? She goes, I'll pass. You know. So I said, all right, I'm gonna post it. Because I was looking for a word because that day about the eclipse. So I wanted that's gonna be trending. So I go, okay, Mexican word of the day, eclipse. So I did it, and pues it blew up. Like sometimes I don't get it, like the words that I think they're gonna hit, I like didn't do that well, and the ones that I do is like I don't, I don't
I
understand
love it.
it.
Don't stop. We
No,
all need some comedy in our life.
that's right.
So those are the words that I thought, and then the other one was industry. I don't know if you heard that one, industry. Like Mexican word a day, industry. How many times did your mom tell you not to play in the street?
Oh, I
So
love
yeah,
it.
so
Keep
it's
them going, man. Don't stop. Don't stop them.
no try, but one of these days I think I'll run out of words.
No way. You're
Yeah.
you're really good at figuring it out.
No, and sometimes that's by myself driving in the street, and then you see a banner, and like, orale, okay, that sounds like I could do something with that, you know. So, or sometimes if I overthink it, like, man, I gotta think of a Mexican word for today. Man, it won't come out. It's out of the blues, the intuition, or it just comes in like, oh, what? All right, that one. Okay, I could try that one. Like, the idea just came in. But if I
Yeah.
try hard, my hardest, it's not gonna work.
And then you get frustrated, and then you give up.
Yeah,
You're like,
you're
I'm
like,
done with this
nah,
today.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it. I just gotta let it be. And that's how it happens. But I think I'm gonna try to do like Mexican words of the day dances. Like do
Yeah.
that do that Wyoming, like why you mean there's no chile for my tacos? I'm gonna do like that. I don't know.
Well, when you did hit the one, I loved it. That was
which
so funny.
which one hit that one? Yeah, but that one's like TikTok is weird because it flags me, says they're not gonna, they put a little label like we're not gonna promote this on the FYP because it's unoriginal, or I'm like, all right. But I go ahead and just put it for the followers, so they could see that I could do something different. Because when I started doing TikTok, it was mostly like, you want to do music, lip singing, and then you want to do all these effects. I'm like, man, I got the best. Like, I should have been in MTV, because I got the best. And like, you only get like 100 views. Like, hey, what happened? you know, I put all this hard work into this. I was like, you think you're the greatest producer and stuff, and like 100 views. But I did that for a long time, because I was still trying to figure out TikTok.
Yeah.
Because
I-
I started in Snapchat, and one of my friends said, "Dude, you should try TikTok." I should. Like, what's TikTok? So I tried it. I downloaded the app, and then I like, this is too hard. Like, nah, you know what? So I left, and I was doing Snapchat. And then I don't know. I said I found time. I found time to just mess around with the TikTok, and I like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this. So that's how I came to TikTok, and I left
How,
Snap.
how long have you been on TikTok?
I think 4 years already. 4 years.
And almost a
yeah,
million
that's incredible.
followers.
And for my first account, because I had my first account, and that one I got banned. So like for three, and then I gave up. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go back. They're being too strict. And then a month passed, and I said, so I built this one. I started it, and then that's when I started to do the landscaper one. And then the first ones, I started to do the OPP dance, and that one got my account to 200K followers. And then because I only had this on the days, that's my second account. I only had it for 2 years. So the first
Wow.
year, and then what blew up was the Mexican word of the day. When I started doing that, that's what got most of the followers that I have now.
That's
You know,
wild.
It's
and,
original, and you're Mexican, and it
and
it suits you. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
sometimes I say, I'm not even Mexican, I'm Filipino. I just kidding. Because, and I did one because a lot of times, that's why I say I don't like the algorithm of TikTok because they want a lot of landscaper. Like, oh, if I do everything about landscaper or anything like the Mexican culture or anything like that, it blows me up. Um, so then I said, I want to do stuff like for the office, so I could work on the office like that. Maybe I'll get jobs being in the office, so I could be a white collar now.
There you go.
Nah, but I think being a blue collar I like it a lot. I like to do stuff with my hands. I like, you know, use what I experience. You know what I mean?
You've definitely done a lot in such a short amount of time.
And I wish I
Me-
could. And it's really hard for me sometimes to explain what I do because I get nervous. And then I like, I should have said that. Like they asked me this, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
No, you explained
Yeah,
everything
you did great.
amazing. Like, so many people wonder about these kinds of jobs, and you definitely have a unique one, servicing the water for your city. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's important, especially to know what you're doing because if
Definitely
something happens,
important. It's
there's
definitely important. If you weren't doing it and you guys didn't do water treatment, nobody would be drinking water.
Or taking a
The
shower.
showers, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, your job is definitely important. You are helping people, and that is what blue collar is, though. I mean,
Oh,
without us, the world don't turn.
that's true. I think when COVID happened, you're an essential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Essential workers. That's crazy. But
yeah.
not crazy, but yeah, crazy.
So, as we come to an end, we always like to ask our guest, do you have anything inspiring for somebody maybe who wants to get into city work or Wants to be TikTok famous?
As far as trying to get a better job, don't let your fears overtake you, overcome you, because that's what happens. That's what happened to me. Nah, if I go ahead and apply, they're gonna say no. I was already fired before I even interviewed. It's like they're gonna say no. So I was always afraid of rejection. I was afraid I was not good enough. So the only way to overcome those fears is just go ahead and do it. You know, and just take the risk. And it stopped me for a long time. You know, and until I found the courage to take it and a lot of trust. In God, and that's where I'm at today. Um, as far as being TikTok famous, just find your what you do, what you love, use your experience. Like they say, they ask my wife, "Hey, how you think your husband is funny on TikTok?" She goes, "Nah, he kind of like he's not funny." And I asked her why. She said, "Well, because I know the real you. You know, you're spontaneous funny. Like, though you write the scripts when you act out on TikTok, you know. But I know you as the funny guy. I love you because you're funny." Her mom always says, because she goes, when she was younger, she used to like the character Goofy, and her mom used to tell her, "You're gonna marry a guy that's goofy."
Aw.
She ended up just with me. So, because I could make my wife laugh with my spontaneous stuff that I do or what I say. And it's only one time because people say, "Do it again, do it again." I go, "It's only one in a million, dude, because whatever came out, I can reenact it."
Yeah.
On TikTok, is different because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
So just be yourself on TikTok, because most of that stuff that I do, it's what I create in my mind and what I think. And it's just being me. And it's kind of different because it's only a phone. It's very hard for me to interact with somebody. I'm very shy around, like in public, and that's what they say. Like, dude, like you're totally different on TikTok. I go, it's because it's just the phone. Dude, nobody's there. It's just the phone.
Yeah.
It's just recording. It's way different. But as it's just having fun. And I don't know. Sometimes I gotta be grateful where I'm at today because that's when I go do lives on my TikTok. That's how I always try to thank the followers because without them I wouldn't be
Yep.
no one. I mean, I never thought nobody would like what I do. It's like I just got on here to just do funny stuff. I mean, I laugh at my own stuff. You know what I mean?
That goes back to believing in yourself, and you said it beautifully. You have to believe in yourself in this world, whether it's applying for a job or being a comedian on TikTok, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, we can't thank you enough for being here with us today. Please don't stop being funny because in this world, we all need it.
Appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Hey, it's an honor, and I mean, just hearing your story, John's story. Like, wow, I'll be sharing it with my coworkers. You know,
Feel
and
free to make fun of him. No, I'm kidding.
no, no.
Feel free.
This guy's missing an
Yeah.
ear. You think he wants a brown ear? Because I tried to give him my
No,
brown ear.
You ain't
and
gonna
and I'm really like hearing his story, like, because I started to hear the beginning of his story, all the stuff that he went through, and I'm afraid, like, like even to go to a hospital, and even when my wife was pregnant, she was going through that. I was like, oh, I don't like hospitals. Even hearing your story, it will make me feel like that. Like if I feel it. And I'm like that. I'm strange like that, but at the same time, just hearing your story just makes me feel grateful. And sometimes we don't know how good we have it, and especially because whatever you went through is like that was a very powerful experience that you went through. That's very tough, and I think
Yep.
I'm blessed to know you guys, and especially that you asked me to come in here and just talk about stuff.
Well, you're a good person, and we look for incredible people
That's
with
right.
great stories. And, we didn't know anything about you before right now. So learning about you on camera is amazing. And again, you're a great person.
That's what this podcast is about. We don't look for now. You do have a lot of followers. Now that's not our main priority. We don't look for who has most followers. We look for genuine people that we know once they get on the podcast, it's going to be a great episode.
Yeah.
And
And we want good friends.
Yeah, and we also want to show, the blue collar industry that it's everyday people. You're not an owner of the power plant or the water management, or you're not this and that. You're the guy there working, and we want your voice to be heard.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys taking time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have friends down here in South Florida. So if you come to Orlando, let us know.
Orlando.
they
We
are.
go for Disneyland. Or
Yeah.
what is it? Disney World. Yeah.
Yeah, Disney World.
I like tell my wife, let's go over there. I know somebody over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like 2 hours from us.
Hmm?
Is it?
Yeah, it's not far.
Maybe on
All
the
right.
next trip.
Yeah. All right, friend. It was great having you.
No, it was an honor, like I said, to be here. And you guys popped my cherry.
Your podcast cherry. I love it. Well, we wish you nothing but the best. And we hope that more people catch on to you because you're a blessing in this world.
Great. I might do that later. Word of the day today.
Do it.
Do it.
All right.
All right, friend. We will catch you later.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.
You too.